Hello and welcome to Seb Finance, the channel that helps you with your personal finance and money management. Today's episode is all about how to get out of debt, a topic that is so important for many people who are struggling financially. Debt is a common issue that affects millions of people worldwide. It can arise from various factors such as overspending, emergencies, loss of income, medical bills, or student loans. Regardless of the cause, being in debt can be overwhelming, stressful, and can negatively impact our mental health, relationships, and overall quality of life. One of the major factors that lead to debt is financial lifestyles. Most of us live beyond our means, spending more than we earn and relying on credit cards to make ends meet. This habit can create a cycle of debt that is hard to break, and it's important to recognize the signs of financial trouble before it's too late. Being in debt comes with its fair share of troubles. First and foremost, it can affect our credit score, making it difficult to get approved for loans or credit cards in the future. It can also lead to harassing phone calls from creditors, legal action, and even bankruptcy. Now, let's talk about how to get out of debt. If you're dealing with debt, there are steps you can take to improve your financial situation, and here are some practical tips that can help. Number one, create a budget. Creating a budget is crucial in managing your finances, especially if you're dealing with debt. It allows you to understand your cash flows, determine your priorities, and make more informed decisions about your spending. To start, you need to list all your income sources, including your regular job, side hustle, or any other source of income. Be sure to include any irregular income, such as bonuses or gifts, as they can affect your overall financial picture. Next, you need to list all your expenses, including your rent, mortgage, utilities, food, transportation, entertainment, and any other monthly bills or obligations. You should also list any debt that you owe, including credit cards, loans, or medical bills. Once you have a clear picture of your income and expenses, you can create a budget that prioritizes paying off your debt while still covering your basic needs. Start by identifying any unnecessary expenses that you can cut back on or eliminate altogether. For example, you can reduce your dining out expenses, cancel your gym membership, or cut back on your cable TV package. After identifying your expenses, create a realistic plan for paying off your debts. You can use the debt snowball or debt avalanche method to prioritize your debts and create a repayment plan. The debt snowball method involves paying off your smallest debt first, then moving on to the next smallest debt until all your debts are cleared. The debt avalanche method involves paying off debt with the highest interest rates first, then moving on to the next highest interest rate debt until all debts are cleared. Choose the method that works best for you and make sure to stick to your plan. Remember, creating a budget is not a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process that requires constant monitoring and adjustment. Be sure to track your spending, review your budget regularly, and make adjustments as necessary to ensure that you are on track to achieve your financial goals. Number two, cut back on expenses. Cutting back on expenses is an essential step in getting out of debt. It can be challenging, but it's necessary to create extra cash flow that can be used to pay down your debts. Here are some practical tips that you can use to cut back on expenses. Number one, reduce your dining out expenses, as this can be a significant expense that can easily add up over time. Number two, cut back on entertainment or subscription services. Number three, downsize your living arrangements. Your housing expenses can be a significant expense in your budget. Consider downsizing your living arrangements, either by moving to a smaller apartment or finding a cheaper living arrangement. You can also consider taking on a roommate to help share the rent. Number four, look for cheaper alternatives for everything you buy. For example, you can buy generic brands instead of name brands or shop at discount stores for household items. Avoid unnecessary expenses, especially for the things that you don't need. Impulse purchases can add up quickly and leave you with less money to pay off your debts. The other thing that you need to look at is increasing your income. Increasing your income can be an effective way to help pay off your debts. Even if you have low income, there are still ways you can earn extra money. Here are some practical tips on how you can increase your income. Number one, sell unused items. Take a look around your home and identify items that you no longer need or use. You can sell these items through online platforms like eBay, Craigslist, or Facebook Marketplace. This can help you earn some extra income while decluttering your home. The other thing you can do is to take on odd jobs. You can consider taking on odd jobs to earn extra money. This can include babysitting, pet sitting, yard work, or cleaning. You can advertise your services online or through local classifieds to find people who actually need your help. The other thing you might want to do is to start a side hustle. Starting a side hustle is another great way to increase your income. You can start a small business, selling products or services, or you can offer your skills as a freelancer. Number 4, get a part-time job. If you have some free time, you can consider getting a part-time job to earn extra money. This can include working in retail, food service, or customer service. You can even search for a part-time job online or in your local classifieds. Prioritize your debts. Prioritizing your debts is a critical step in getting out of debt. If you have multiple debts, it's essential to prioritize them based on the interest rate and balance. Here's how you can prioritize your debt. Number 1, list out all your debts. Start by making a list of all your debts, including the creditor, balance owed, interest rate, and minimum payment. Number 2, rank your debts. Rank your debts in order of interest rate from highest to lowest. This will help you identify which debt is costing you the most in interest charges. Number 3, make minimum payment on all debts. Make the minimum payment on all your debts to avoid late fees and damage to your credit score. Number 4, focus on paying off debt with the highest interest rate. Allocate any extra funds you have to paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first. This is the debt that is costing you the most in interest charges, so it's essential to pay it off as quickly as possible. Number 5, move on to the next debt. Once you've paid off the debt with the highest interest rate, move on to the next one on the list and continue making minimum payments on the others. Repeat this process until your debts are all cleared. By prioritizing your debts based on interest rates, you can save money on interest charges and pay off your debt faster. It's important to be consistent with your payment and avoid accumulating additional debt while you're paying off your debts. Stick to your budget and continue to look for ways to increase your income to help speed up the debt repayment process. The other thing you need to do is to negotiate with your creditors. If you are struggling to make your debt payments, it's important to reach out to your creditors and discuss your options. Here are some tips for negotiating with your creditors. Number 1, be honest. When you reach out to your creditors, be honest about your financial situation. Explain that you're struggling to make your payments and ask if they can work with you to find a solution. Number 2, know your options. Before you contact your creditors, research your options. For example, if you have credit card debt, you may be able to transfer the balance to a card with a lower interest rate or consolidate your debt with a personal loan. Knowing your options can help you negotiate more effectively. Number 3, be prepared to compromise. Your creditors may be willing to work with you, but they may also ask you to make some concessions. Be prepared to compromise, whether that means accepting a higher interest rate or making larger monthly payments. Number 4, get everything in writing. If you reach an agreement with your creditors, make sure to get all the details in writing. This will help protect you in case there are any misunderstandings or disputes in the future. Number 5, follow through on your agreement. Once you have reached an agreement with your creditors, it's important to follow through on your end of the deal. Make your payments on time and keep in touch with your creditors if your situation changes. Remember that creditors want to get paid, so they may be willing to work with you to find a solution. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help if you need it. With a little bit of negotiation and compromise, you may be able to find a debt repayment plan that works for you. Lastly, seek professional help. If you are struggling with debt and don't know where to turn, seeking professional help may be a good option. Here are some types of professionals that you can turn to for help. Number 1, financial advisors. A financial advisor can help you create a plan to pay off your debt and improve your overall financial situation. They can also help you to create a budget, invest your money, and plan for the future. Number 2, credit counseling agencies. Credit counseling agencies offer free or low-cost services to help people manage their debts. They can help you create a budget, negotiate with your creditors, and even create a debt management plan. Number 3, debt relief companies. Debt relief companies offer services like debt settlement and debt consolidation. These services can help you reduce your overall debt, but they may also come with fees and risks. It's important to research debt relief companies carefully and understand the terms of any agreement before signing up. Something to note: when choosing a professional to help you with your debt, It's important to do your research and choose someone who is reputable and trustworthy. Look for professionals with good reviews and a track record of success. You may also want to ask for referrals from friends or family members who have successfully managed their debts. Remember that seeking professional help is not a sign of weakness, but rather a proactive step towards improving your financial situation. With the right help and guidance, you can take control of your debt and build a better financial future. Disclaimer: the information and content provided in this episode is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as financial advice. Any financial decisions that you make based on the information obtained from this episode are at your own risk. Before making any financial decisions, it's important to consult with a qualified financial advisor or conduct your own research to ensure that the decision you make is appropriate for your financial situation. Thank you for watching. Ensure to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode.